I have kind of 5 vital steps to wellness. The number 1 is removing your nerve interference. And number 2, kind of in the same vein is dealing with your metabolic syndrome, is looking at how I can achieve a more ideal body weight. It doesn't mean how I can be a size 2.
Michigan Family Wellness, Episode 10.
Here at Michigan Family Wellness, we believe chiropractic care and nutritional-based therapies are a foundational part of a healthy family lifestyle. No matter where you're at in the mitten, having a family is such an exciting time of life. So instead of feeling overwhelmed by stress, fatigue, and responsibilities with the kids, we invite you to become part of this empowering community to create happy, healthy families. By providing engaging interviews and practical applications, Dr. Wallner cultivates family health by equipping our listeners with the tools they need to elevate wellness in their own family. Dr. Wallner passionately serves the Michigan community at his chiropractic and nutrition-based practice, where he specializes in pregnancy, pediatrics, and family wellness care. And now, here's your host, Dr. Kyle Wallner.
Good day, everyone. Dr. Kyle here. Welcome to another empowering episode of Michigan Family Wellness. I want to avail everyone to Dr. Stephanie Mage. Dr. Steph, she has got so much credentials. She is so equipped to help everyone in the Chicago area where she has her chiropractic, family-oriented, subluxation-based wellness practice that if I were to read everything about her biography here, we would be here all day long. She is that equipped. But I do want to highlight a few things. Dr. Mage speaks internationally on a variety of topics, ranging from success in private practice, to aging well, to pregnancy and pediatrics. She brings an energy, enthusiasm, and sense of humor to the stage and also to this podcast in a way that helps inspire others to reach for their dreams. In January of 2016, Dr. Steph launched her very own podcast, Women Seeking Wellness. So I encourage you to search for that on iTunes and Stitcher. And that focuses on the real story behind how to be well at any age. So yeah, guys, in the same way that the Michigan Family Wellness podcast jumped up to that number 1 spot in the iTunes New and Noteworthy section, Dr. Steph's podcast was also in that same category, that same hierarchy of that iTunes New and Noteworthy accolade. So congratulations to Dr. Steph there. So look for it on iTunes and Stitcher, or go to Dr. Mage, that's drmaj.com to listen. And real quick, I just want to highlight and avail everyone to the upcoming event that we're doing at Summit at the Park. It's the Leaky Brain event. So I encourage everyone, invite your friends, invite your family, especially if you have any kind of brain fog, chronic fatigue. That is going to be a really great. We had such an awesome turnout at the Leaky Gut event, and this is really part 2 of that. We're going to focus on the brain, and we're going to equip you with those practical applications. I have patients tell me they have a hard time helping their kids with their homework, or they have a hard time remembering, directions, or how to get someplace in the mall, or how to get to a certain place that they've gone to, all the time. All of these things are early signs of neurodegenerative decline, and the practical applications, the things that we can equip you with, are so simple and so easy to profoundly impact your family wellness. And again, it's not about the problem itself, guys. It's about spending more time with your kids, spending more time with your spouse or your partner, spending more time with your friends, the people you love, and contributing more to the world around you. That's what it's really about. That's what I'm passionate about. I tell my patients all the time, I provide restoration and resiliency. So again, please join us for that Leaky Brain event coming up this Saturday. It's going to be awesome. And again, if you haven't already, check out MichiganFamilyWellness.com. It's a great website. It showcases everything that we're doing here in the community, especially with the podcast, with the events that we're doing at Canton Summit on the Park. There's great videos there, video testimonials, an awesome resource of information. And like I said, if you haven't already, head over there, check that out. Have a great week, guys. And without any further delay here, this is Dr. Steph. Dr. Stephanie Mage, welcome to the podcast.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Kyle, thank you so much for having me.
I just want to let you know, I feel like a rock star because having you on the show, you've been such an inspiration. When I've started getting into podcasting, I would often look to what you were doing to see how I could do things better. So yeah, like I said, this is just a real treat for me. I'm really excited to have you on the show today.
Well, it's an honor. It's so funny because I just launched my podcast in January.
Uh-huh.
So we're both on that same kind of learning curve, but it's really, I don't know if you're experiencing this, it's exhilarating.
It is.
To talk to people and to get to know people. And I don't know, I started my podcast, Women Seeking Wellness, because I felt like I wanted to have flies on the wall when I was talking to my other friends, and people needed to hear what we were saying. And so this is just a wonderful medium for that.
Absolutely. Well, as you know, we just told our listeners a little bit about yourself as a professional, as a doc. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself as a person, what your family looks like, and maybe a little bit about why serving families is something that you're passionate about?
Well, again, my name is Dr. Stephanie Mage. I'm not from Michigan. Okay.
Yeah.
I just said it. I said it. I live in Chicago, but I'm married to somebody from Michigan. And
nice.
Yeah. And in fact, my niece, who just graduated as an engineer, just got a job at Dearborn at Ford at Dearborn, is now dating a boy that went to Michigan.
Okay.
And so my family's very concerned because I'm from Ohio.
Ah, okay. Now,
Very
if you're from
concerned.
Ohio, yeah, that might be a problem with Michigan Family Wellness listeners. But if you're in the Chicago area, that's not as bad.
And I married up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So, golly, a part of my story, I mean, really for me, my journey in chiropractic started really, it wasn't family wellness. It wasn't this push to promote wellness. It was, I got into a car accident and my mom was an attorney and she worked with a lot of chiropractors and workers' comp. And she was like, I always wanted to be a physician, a pediatrician, to be honest. But yet when I thought about being a medical doctor, there's something about it. It just never fit. So when I got in this car accident, I thought, she always would say, you should be a chiropractor. And I thought, that's weird. Like, no one in my family is a chiropractor. My godfather's an orthopedic surgeon, and no one had ever been to a chiropractor. So I was like, okay, well, I went to this really young guy and he just turned me on. And I thought, what the heck? I went in for whiplash, but my chiropractic miracle is, it's not really boring, but you hear like people say, I was blind and then I could see.
Sure, yeah.
I see it in my office where I'll have babies with colic that their parents found me on the internet.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And they hand their 2-week-old baby. Neither one had ever been to a chiropractor. They never met me. And they hand me their baby, like, help. And within boom, 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 when we remove that interference in the nerve system, the baby's cooing and the bundle of joy that God meant the baby to be. So it wasn't that. I just had gone in for whiplash and I had always had headaches, thought everybody had headaches. And all of a sudden my headaches went away. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could live like later in my practice. I've been practicing. I just celebrated 20 years in my practice.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. And 50. I just turned 52. So
absolutely.
So that comes into play when we talk about, why I started a podcast. But so in my practice, when I would ask people, well, do you ever get headaches? In the history part. And people would say, no, I never get headaches. And I thought, for myself, well, I'll be darned. Like, people don't get headaches. Even as a chiropractor, I was learning that. And so it was a powerful thing. I remember I was on a mission trip. I did some service trips to the Dominican Republic and Haiti back in the beginning of 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And I met a man who came to, we would just kind of make these, makeshift clinics that would just pop up and people would come from villages. And he had this like pumice of like herbs wrapped on a string around his forehead. And, through the translator, he said, I've had a headache for 9 months.
Oh my goodness.
Straight.
Yeah.
And we get him in and the word got out. And so they would follow us around all week and get adjustments all week long. And by the end, his headaches had gone. I mean, that's a miracle.
Yeah,
He's
that's
walking
incredible.
around debilitated.
Yeah.
So anyway, I digress.